because this is the fight that you wanted. You're getting this. If it is as successful as...
Obviously, this is very tough for me to say now, but I will be retiring from boxing after tonight.
Canelo Alvarez has officially announced that he is stepping away from boxing, telling Stephen A. Smith in a recent conversation that his legacy is already secure after accomplishing so much in the sport. Speaking calmly and with a sense of relief, Alvarez explained that he has nothing left to prove and admitted this was a decision he had been weighing for some time, particularly after his loss to Terence Crawford. He stressed that his family has been waiting for this moment, and now he is ready to enjoy life outside the ring after years of dedication and sacrifice.
I deserve all the credit. No, I try my best tonight. I just cannot figure out the style. He have everything.
Retirement has always lingered around Canelo Alvarez, but for the first time, he gave a clear answer, telling Stephen A. Smith live on television that he is officially done and walking away on his own terms. While Alvarez is closing his book, Terence Crawford's story continues, as he looks ready to add another chapter to his career. Turki Alashik, a key figure in organizing some of boxing's biggest recent events, has already hinted at Crawford's next super fight on X, even questioning whether David Benavidez can still make the 168-pound limit. David Benavidez had long pursued a fight with Canelo Alvarez, but it never materialized, pushing him to move up to light heavyweight, where he is set to face Anthony Yarde this September. With Terence Crawford now holding all the belts at 168, Turki Alashik sees a massive opportunity. Crawford, who turns 38 this month, is undefeated at 42-0 and stands as the only male boxer in the four-belt era to become undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Benavidez, younger and naturally bigger, presents a style that could truly challenge whether Crawford's jump in weight has a ceiling. For Benavidez, fans have long waited for a career-defining fight, and a clash with Crawford would not only provide that moment, but also test if Crawford can withstand the pressure of a larger, aggressive opponent still in his prime.
There's still a need for Benavidez.
Who, Canelo?
Turkey, people are talking about it.
Turkey hit it at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
so-
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
man. No, I ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
Terence Crawford is not rushing into any decisions, as after defeating Canelo Alvarez, he told reporters that he plans to sit down with his team before deciding his next move. Aware of his age and mindful of the historic accomplishments he has already secured, Crawford understands how rare it is to leave the sport undefeated. He admitted he has not yet determined whether he will retire, emphasizing that he wants to carefully consider all options. It was a measured and thoughtful response, fitting for a fighter who has just reached the pinnacle of his career.
It came to a fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close. So he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do...
Even with retirement on his mind, Terence Crawford took time to honor Canelo Alvarez, calling him a great champion, praising his toughness, and giving him credit for never shying away from a fight. Crawford broke down Alvarez's style, the wide hooks, the constant pressure, and pointed out how Alvarez made adjustments once he felt Crawford's speed and power. His remarks weren't delivered as trash talk, but as genuine respect, a veteran recognizing another veteran, with both fully aware of the sacrifices and brilliance required to reach the pinnacle of the sport.
Biggest fight in boxing. No other fight in boxing today is on the level of Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.
What do you see for yourself after this fight? How long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know,
It's not something you think about. You're just going fight
I
by
always
fight.
take one fight at a time. One fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy. And like I said, I'm looking forward to having...
Even before speaking with Canelo Alvarez, Stephen A. Smith offered his own analysis of the fight in an interview with Fight Hype, admitting he expected Terence Crawford's boxing skills to shine, but was surprised by how Crawford stood in the pocket and traded punches with Alvarez. For Smith, this demonstrated that Crawford was not only technically skilled, but also tough enough to absorb and return fire against one of boxing's hardest hitters. He emphasized that this toughness is a major reason Crawford deserves immense credit for the win, highlighting that Crawford didn't just outbox Alvarez. He endured the exchanges and excelled in them, proving many doubters wrong.
This is going to be Crawford's downfall, right? The fact that he's used to like kind of bullying people, right? He's used to like, because let's be honest, like when he fought on Porter, it was kind of like Porter he kind of roughed up Porter a little bit, like Trey, yeah, I'm the big dog. He kind of did to Spence, he kind of bullied Spence a little bit. Madrimov, I think he had a little back and forth, but he kind of showed like, it was kind of like he's kind of there a little bit. Yeah. But I think with Canelo, it's going to be like, bro.
Even boxing legends have weighed in, with Evander Holyfield calling it a perfect fight and saying Terence Crawford executed exactly what was needed, adding that his performance couldn't have been better. Holyfield also noted that Canelo Alvarez could have bounced back if he chose to continue, but with Alvarez now announcing his retirement, those words take on a different meaning. He is stepping away for good rather than seeking redemption. For Crawford, the road ahead remains wide open, with some pointing to middleweight, where champions like Janibek Alimkhanuly, Carlos Adams, and Arislandi Lara hold titles, and potential matchups with fighters like Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn are already being discussed for later this year.
Just be fair, you're gonna ride with him if you win or lose, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he'll be back. He's still young, he's 35 years old. He still got at least 4 or 5 more fights in him where, you know, he's rich as fuck. He's generational wealth. So just ride with him. Yeah. Ride with him to the sunset.
A fight against the winner of that middleweight matchup could be another major event if Terence Crawford chooses to pursue it. But realistically, he doesn't need any more fights, as his resume is already extraordinary. Crawford is a 3-division undisputed champion, undefeated, with wins across multiple weight classes, including a victory over the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. Many argue this makes a strong case for him to retire now. He could walk away as one of the greatest ever without experiencing defeat. With his record, achievements, and the Alvarez victory cemented in his legacy, there is nothing left to prove. If Crawford decided to hang up his gloves today, he would depart as a 5-division world champion, undisputed in 3, with a 42-0 record and 31 knockouts, a resume that ranks among the very best in boxing history.
Keith Thurmans, the Sean Porters, the Amir Khans, and the weight bullies, and all the guys that was decent, that was the top guys at 147, they didn't want to fight him. You know what I mean? So how you gonna tell a guy he ain't got a good record when he asked these guys that y'all think are the top guys, they didn't want to fight him. And then when he did fight them, Amir Khan put him down, Kell Brook put him down, Sean Porter put him down, Weight Bully put him down, Keith Thurman didn't want that smoke.
With Turki Alashik advocating for David Benavidez, fans already buzzing, and Terence Crawford remaining non-committal, the possibility of one last blockbuster fight still lingers. If Benavidez can safely make 168 pounds, the matchup would capture global attention and give Crawford the chance to add another major name to his record. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has found peace with his journey, telling Stephen A. Smith that his legacy is already secure. He expressed pride in his achievements, gratitude for representing Mexico, and appreciation for everything boxing has given him, while making it clear that it is now time to enjoy life outside the ring. This moment is significant. Alvarez's decision isn't about defeat, it's about completion. His story is finished, but for Crawford, there may still be one more chapter to write.
Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm gonna let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up, behind the jab.
Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez is being celebrated as one of the defining moments in modern boxing, fueling debates about his place among the sport's all-time greats. With an undefeated 42-0 record, becoming the first male boxer to achieve undisputed status in 3 divisions, and earning that distinction by defeating elite opponents like Canelo Alvarez, his resume is undeniably historic. Many fans and analysts now argue that he has already surpassed several legends, noting that his combination of power, timing, and adaptability places him in exceptionally rare company.
And all of it, it all goes hand in hand. Can you describe what it all means to you to have, you just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight? It means a lot to me because, you know, anybody could be a nobody, like I said, you know, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
Stephen A.Smith offered an intriguing perspective when asked the inevitable question, is Terence Crawford better than Floyd Mayweather? He didn't dismiss the idea, but made a careful distinction, noting that Floyd Mayweather was a defensive genius whose brilliance can't be overlooked. Smith highlighted that once Mayweather moved up to welterweight, his hands were often damaged, limiting his knockout power, yet he still stepped into the ring and delivered masterful performances thanks to his superior skill and defense. So, what do you think? Has Crawford surpassed Mayweather, or does Floyd Mayweather's legacy remain untouchable? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more updates.